This root vegetable pot pie checks all of the hearty and comforting boxes as a chicken pot pie while being suitable for vegetarians. In fact, you can even make it vegan if you make a few plant-based swaps for puff pastry and milk. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie. This is No Frills Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook with confidence with nothing fancy required.
The first step is to prep the veggies, which is simple and unfussy. All you need to do is peel and dice some swede, also known as rutabaga, potatoes, carrots, and parsnips. I call for turnips in the recipe linked in the description, but they were out at the supermarket, so I subbed in a swede instead. And you can use any mix of root veggies you'd like. It doesn't have to be this exact one. Add your chopped veg to a large bowl and drizzle with a touch of olive oil. Season with some salt and pepper, stir to combine, and then spread them out over a parchment-lined baking sheet. Move to a 220C 425F oven and roast for about 10 to 15 minutes, just until they're turning brown and getting tender. Now let's get the rest of your ingredients together. All you need to do is finely dice a shallot along with a couple of ribs of celery. Then finely mince some garlic and chop up some parsley and thyme. Finally, strip some kale from the stems and give that a rough chop. Now add a bit of olive oil to a large saucepan and set it over medium heat. Once the oil is shimmering, add in the shallot and celery along with a generous pinch of salt. Cook this until just softened and translucent, only a few minutes. Then add in your garlic and a bit of miso paste. The miso gives a depth of flavor to the pie that really can't be recreated. Cook this for a bit longer, just until super fragrant, before stirring in some flour along with the parsley and thyme. The flour will thicken the filling and give it a nice viscosity. Toast the flour for a few minutes before pouring in some dry white wine. This gives a brightness and subtle acidity to the pie and makes it not so heavy. Cook this until the strong alcoholic smell has gone away and the liquid is all but reduced. Then pour in some vegetable stock and milk. Use plant-based milk if you want to make this vegan. Now all you need to do is add in your roasted vegetables, the kale, and a bit of lemon zest. Bring the mixture up to a simmer and let it bubble away for a few minutes, just to wilt and tenderize the kale. Off heat, stir in some lemon juice. Then roll out your puff pastry. If you want to go totally homemade, go ahead and use half of my rough puff recipe for this. Otherwise, store-bought is fine, and use a plant-based option if you are trying to make this pie vegan. Cut the pastry to fit the dish you're baking the pie in. You can even make individual pies and ramekins if you'd like. And pour the filling into the dish and top it with the pastry. Brush the top of the pastry with a beaten egg and then sprinkle over a bit of flaky salt and some black pepper. Set it on a rimmed baking sheet and then move it to the oven. Bake the pie until the pastry is crisp, flaky, and deeply golden brown and the filling is bubbling. This will take about 20 minutes. Remove it from the oven and wait at least 5 minutes before serving. And if you liked this recipe, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. Enjoy!